Welcome to round 10 of the 2011 World Superbike Championship. I'm Jonathan Green, reporting from the famous Nurburgring in Germany. Perched high in the remote Eifel Mountains, Nurburgring dates back to 1927, and its place in motorsport history is etched into the legend that is the famous Nordschleifer Ring. Over 20 kilometers long, it dominated racing in the mid-1930s all the way to the mid-70s, when work on the new Nurburgring began, which opened in 1984 for a new chapter of racing in Germany. The modern facility is just as challenging and always creates some of the most exciting races of the year. History was also in the making for the arriving Superbike riders, as Troy Corser was out to become the first rider to score over 4,000 points in the series, while James Tozen, another two-time world champion, would start his 200th race. Coming into round 10, Carlos Checa of Spain had a 62-point lead over his rivals with 10 wins to his name. Current champion Biaggi and fellow Italian Marco Melandri were still in the hunt, but they needed to close the gap here in Germany with only 4 rounds remaining. Returning to the fold this weekend was Castrol Honda's Johnny Rea after a nasty wrist injury at Misano. Rea won this race last year and was in confident mood. The Honda won at Assen already this season, and although not the most advanced bike on the grid, the combination of Rea and Honda gets results. Our resident expert Steve Martin headed down to the Castrol Honda pits to see what they've got planned for the future.
I like the CBR 1000 Honda, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's been around since 2008, this particular model, and it's won races every single year of the championship. So what that means is the bike is a very good base. In that time, though, over the last 4 years, other bikes have improved, and it's left this 2008 model virtually a little bit behind. But the good news is that there's a new model coming out next year, and that model is going to be improved in a lot of different ways. But the big news for this team is one of the big improvements is going to be a fly-by-wire throttle system. If you have a look behind me over here, right now, the CBR 1000, see this? This is an old school cable. You twist the throttle and away you go. You can see that it opens the butterflies. But from Imola, the guys here at the Castrol Honda team are going to be allowed to use a fly-by-wire throttle, similar to what Aprilia have, similar to what BMW have. And what they hope that is going to do is going to make this race-winning machine behind me more competitive at more tracks. And what that's going to do is give guys like Jonathan Rea a much better chance at being up at the sharp end at every single circuit. So that is what I'm looking forward to for the rest of this year and also into 2012.
In Superpole, Checa was favourite again, was under big pressure from his rivals Melandri and Biaggi, who both made the front row, as did runner-up at Silverstone, Eugene Laverty. Checa took the pole, but the bigger news was that Biaggi was injured during the session without crashing when some debris from a track was thrown up by another rider and broke his foot, forcing the world champion to withdraw from the race. Race 1 then, and the expected rain hadn't come yet, and it was in perfect conditions that the poleman Checa would head out. He just wanted to get through the first corner cleanly, especially with the hard-charging Yamahas both on the front row. Let's head to the start of race 1 from round 10 at the Nurburgring. Yamahas both on the front row. Biaggi is out and watching as we are. Checa in pole position. Thumbs up from Patter and Hager. He starts on the outside of row 2. Checa's in pole. Here we go. Round 10. World Superbikes. On go the lights. And away we go. And a good start from Checa. Both of the Yamahas diving off the line. And it's the run down to this very tight corner.
Tom Sykes as
breathe
well.
in. Tom Sykes, excellent result. He dives into what, fourth place? Checkers through, everybody's through. Nice start.
It's so wide.
Haga, second place.
Yeah, way to go, Noriki Haga. We know that he always goes well here.
Go on, Nitro. Across the line they come, and Haga now challenging for the lead as they head down towards turn one and gets the lead for a moment, but will he keep it? Checker checks into the inside and takes the lead again.
Yeah, it's just look how close the Yamaha's are now too, Jonathan. They're right up there, those four. They've made a bit of a break over Tom Sykes. Tom Sykes is already 1.7 seconds back.
So the Brits on the move, and Haga on the last turn takes the risk, and Checker knows that he's got to be careful. He can't mix it like this. If he falls off now, it's all playing into the hands of those chasing him, and Haga muscles his way through, but Checker's not going to be daunted.
I tell you what, Checker on the brakes is pretty strong.
Nor's Melandri.
Whoa.
Go on. Yeah. So, what a great battles we've got going on here in the chasing pack. We've got the top four, and then everybody chasing from Haslam, Sykes, Ray, and Guintoli in 8th position. But look at this battle at the front. Whoa, here comes Melandri. He's running up on Haga as we go into the left-hander. And nice move by Marco Melandri, who dives into second place. Now, can he challenge Checker? Well, look at the gap now as they come across the line. That was a nice move by Melandri. He's been lining that up for a few laps now. Can he hold on to it? Checker crosses the line now. There's a 1:56.4. Melandri is 0.8 of a second behind and on the same pace.
It's quite off camber as you exit that corner there, for an example, and easy to have a high side. We saw... oh, there's another moment. Look, there goes Melandri. He lost the front. What's happened is he's...
Same place.
Yeah, he's locked it up pretty almost upright.
Andrea De Soli not particularly happy about that, and now it's given Lavity a new lease on life as he tries to challenge his teammate. They're going head-to-head. There's no love lost here, I can assure you, because they're racing for points and the championship in terms of finished positions. And look at Lavity dive through on Melandri. No love there. Good move. Has Haga got anything left in the bag? These two are going to fight all the way to the end. This is the best battle of the day, the two Yamahas.
I'll tell you what, though, these guys battling like this is certainly helping Haga. Haga can keep his nose clean and, you know, perhaps get his first, second place in the Aprilia. He's had thirds before, but he hasn't had a second.
Go on, Nodge. Oh, ho, ho, ho! Please be careful, boys. Look at this. Go on, Melandri.
Yeah, and not only that...
Now, does he pop up the inside here?
Well...
That's where Lavity took him.
Yeah, not this time. Not this time, but he's certainly going to have a go.
Through NGK corner.
Oh, nice. He's a little bit tighter there. He could do it into this one, but not quite.
Okay, he's going to go for it at turn one. Here we are. Stand by your beds. Here we go. Manu, his girlfriend, watches on as Haga under immense pressure.
He's got a good run,
Whoa! Look at him fly by. We thought the Aprilia was the fastest in a straight line. And he just needs to hang on to the anchors now and get through turn one, and he'll hold on to it. And he hasn't done it just quite. Haga's wily round here. And he has just held on to it. Nice move by Marco Melandri.
He's got to make it stick, though. Look at Haga.
Haga on the inside.
Haga's had a third place before. He hasn't had a second, and we heard him in his last interview. He said he doesn't like getting the same result twice. I think he's going to fight hard for this second place.
Yeah, no kidding. Melandri and Haga chasing hard. Haga's going to have to settle for third unless he tries something really special. I don't think it's going to happen. It's been a good run by Melandri, although he got slightly wide there.
If Haga's going to do anything, it's going to be in the last complex, in the Coca-Cola complex.
Right on the white line. Through goes Checker for the last time. Another brilliant run by Carlos Checker. Has controlled this race throughout. He started from pole position. We go on board through the last chicane with him now. Everything sounds fine to me, Steve. I think it was management. One more corner to go. We'll soon find out when we go to the press conference. Past the Torrent. Time to relax at the hotel, maybe? Or a wheelie. And another victory. Number 11. And that was another brilliant performance by Carlos Checker. Melandri takes an awesome second place ahead of Haga, who gets a first podium for a long time. Still battles going on. The Score's trying to prove his point for Kawasaki, and he does show he's got some fight as he beats Kamiya to the line. And that's a good result for Juan Lascores, but he needed to start making some.
It was a very special race for many reasons, and especially I would like to dedicate this race to Claudio Castiglioni and my name, the name of the team, the name of the organization, all the riders here, because he was a big person in this world. Thanks to him, for sure, we are here racing with these bikes, and just I want to say hello to him and all the best from everybody here in this paddock. And for me, it was a very good race because thinking of in the championship is one step in front. And I know that I need to make some gap at the beginning because on the straight I was suffering a little with the others, and I was able in the intermediate section to make some hold between me and Nori, and after I was increasing until the end. At the end, struggling a little with the tire, but I was enough difference to finish in the front.
Another perfect race by Checa, and he never looked like being challenged. That's number 11. With Biaggi out of the race with injury, the championship title is looking ever closer for the Spaniard. Great podium also for Haga, who was back on top form. Conditions had changed dramatically for race 2, with the expected rain finally coming and causing a race delay. Rain poured down, soaking the track and leaving Carlos Checa and the rest of the field wondering how to deal with the treacherous conditions. Let's head to the start of race 2, where Carlos Checa was out just to stay out of trouble. Out go the lights, away we go, and a good start from Melandri. Checa carefully off the line. And look at Johnny Ray! Whoa. Into the lead goes the Northern Irishman.
Kawasaki there. Tommy Sykes, is it?
Oh, and he goes wide. Too far wide goes Johnny Ray, and he bangs and clatters into Tom Sykes, but takes second place after all. Haga is going for the win for sure. Haslam gets past Melandri. Yep. Camia's not far behind either.
Leon Haslam tips into turn 1 there.
Johnny Ray went wide again.
Yeah,
and he's lost massive time, and he's lost second place.
I'll tell you what.
To Tom Sykes.
Yeah, this is pretty good news for Noriki Haga. He's starting to build that lead out that I was talking about.
Here's what happened, look.
Yeah, just in way too deep. Then out there, you don't want to tip it in on the green paint there.
Worrying times for Honda. He's just re-signed for Honda, but he stays in third place. And Tom Sykes, the Rain Meister, looking to be lord of the ring here in the Nurburgring.
And I'll tell you another guy that's fast in the wet, that man there, number 96.
Jakob, yeah.
Sits in 9th position at the moment. He's 5 seconds off the lead, but there's a lot of guys between him.
Here we go, Laverty and Sylvain Guintoli.
Thank you very much, Guintoli through.
Nicely done by the Frenchman.
2:14.6 for Haga when the Yamaha's crossing the line.
2:14.6 also for Guintoli in third place.
Yeah. 2:17 for the Yamahas.
This is the view from Melandri's. And he's sticking close with his teammate. And look how slow they are through that first turn. An amazing race too. We haven't had a wet race all season long, but when it is, boy, it's full on. Still with a gap of now 8 seconds. Actually 9 seconds. He's up the pace again as Haga, and as the conditions worsen.
I'll tell you what, the amount of concentration that you need to ride in these conditions to hold it together for 20 laps is absolutely...
Oh, and Joe goes down! Just as you say that. And it wasn't concentration, it was just lack of grip. He ran out of grip. Here he goes. Guintoli looking for second place. Tom Sykes trying to make himself wide. Go on, Sylvain. What an interesting race we've got here for the end. Still with 9 laps to go, and the conditions worsening again.
It's incredible.
God. Well, I've seen some wet races, Steve, but this is just as bad as I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now if they let it run the whole distance.
Well, and it's also windy as well, and that means it's blowing across the track, making visual contact with it very hard. Here it goes, Sylvain Guintoli up the inside of Tom Sykes. This to take second place, right in our commentary position, and away he goes. But no, doesn't pull it off.
No, top end power.
Or does he?
Guintoli.
He's going to do it. He's going to try it. but he might have blown it, and he has. He's gone too wide, and something just came off the bike then.
Oh, I'll tell you what came off the bike. That was Jonathan Ray.
No, Ray! No, it's... Is that... It is Jonathan Ray. Oh, for a moment I thought it was Haga.
No,
but Ray has been... Oh, he was off before the corner. Oh. Big off from Johnny Ray.
Wow, how lucky were those boys?
Carlos Checa trying to hold on to that Ducati for dear life. Down goes the leader! Down goes Noriyuki Haga!
Where is Haga?
Gone. Well, he's not in the race, that's for sure.
No. No.
Guintoli leads this race.
Yep.
Tom Sykes, and
they need to stop it.
He's trying to stop this race. He's waving, gesticulating to anybody who will listen. And they've got to be watching this and saying, come on. Well, Kawasaki launched their motorcycle here last year.
Tommy nearly launched it right there because he lost the front. Go and show the hand again, mate. It's time to stop.
Well, it has calmed down a bit. In fact, it's clearing up. So, no gesticulation this time. Just careful, careful.
Red flag, red flag.
Red flag, and that means Tom Sykes wins at the Nurburgring a year on after they launched this Kawasaki. And that means that, amazingly, Liberty have got second and third. And absolutely, there you go. An incredible race. Jakob Schmerz comes from nowhere. Effectively, Liberty rounds out fifth place. Ray, there he is, finishes in fourth position. That's incredible.
First win feels absolutely fantastic to get that one under the belt. Like, you know, the other two guys said, the conditions today were unbelievable. It was good to see the red flag, and even better to see it in first position. Having said that, I'd just like to put one thing to bed. My two biggest fans, my granddad and my fiancée Amy, don't worry, it's nothing to do with you guys not being here, but hope you enjoyed it on the telly. Fantastic setting this in the wet race from the Kawasaki, and most of all Paul Byrne Motorsport. We had fantastic feel. Unfortunately, when the circuit dried out, we arrived a little bit at our limit, and that's when I found myself in a battle with Sylvain. So fortunately the rains came again, and we managed to put a gap in there. Like he said, he had a moment, I had many as well. So good to be back on dry land, and yeah, like I said, can't thank everybody enough. Thank you very much.
And after a rotten August as well, after Silverstone.
Exactly, you know, after Silverstone, that was a massive crash, the biggest of my career. Fortunately, I've not seen any footage of it, but to come back, especially in the second race, that was much easier for me. In the first race, I struggled a little bit, physical condition. I'll hold my hands up, and I'll be the first to admit that. But yeah, the second one, it was wet, a lot easier on the body, and certainly a lot easier on the paper as well. Thank you very much.
A brilliant first win for Tom Sykes and Kawasaki after a torrid year for the team. Considering the conditions, the young Englishman rode superbly. And well done also to the two Edinburgh Liberty boys, Sylvain Guintoli and Jakob Schmerz. The first time they've been on the podium together. Supersport, Britain's Chaz Davies came to the Nurburgring with a 42-point lead, and like Checa, just needed to stay out of trouble. But that's easier said than done, with a tricky first corner and a host of hungry riders keen to prove they have what it takes to win as well. Sam Lowes, Gino Ria and poleman Fabien Foray would all be a factor as we head to the start of Supersport Round 9. Supersport from the Nurburgring, about to get underway here in perfect conditions. Away they go. Fabien Foray does not get a good start. Gino Ria is already at turn 1.
Yep, Gino got a brilliant start there. Chaz Davies is back in the pack.
So too did Lowes.
Look at Chaz under brakes.
Whoa! And Chaz Davies.
Oh no! That's Chaz. Chaz nearly got taken out.
And he did hold off then, because he was just duffed up big time, and he's now in the middle of the pack. That was close, but out front, Gino Ria.
I'll tell you who he's stuffed up by. That was his teammate.
Nice.
Lucas Gasser, thank you very much.
Well, Gasser needs some points, but in front is the number 4. Gino Ria. Now Allison's got some good drive out here, and the next move is up the inside into this left-hander. Not quite close enough this time, Gino, braking very late indeed. Forey still holding on to that third place, but like you say, here comes Chaz Davis.
Well, he's moved his way up to 4th position now, so he's gone past Brock Parks and Rockley in this one lap.
Now watch Ellison here get the drive. He turns tighter.
Gino had a little bit of a moment exiting that corner, so James Ellison should have the pace.
Go on, James! Boy, does this guy need to lead a race, and he's about to, for a moment anyway. Can he hold on to it? Anchors on, son.
Gino, can he nip up the inside? Gino does.
Yeah, Gino's back at him.
No,
he's got the better line. Ellison will hold on to the lead.
Thank you very much.
Great move by James Ellison. For the first time this season, James Ellison is leading in Supersport. Ellison looks very comfortable out front.
He does, but he's not pulling away, is he?
Sam Lowe's trying to get back on Rockley. Doesn't quite do it.
There he
and
goes.
Look at Chaz Davis.
Thank you very much.
Forey looks over his shoulder. Nowhere to look, mate. There's a long way to go. Chaz looking up the inside of Gino Ria, and he makes that move. Nice, excellent overtake by Chaz Davis. Smooth as you like. And now he goes in pursuit of the leader, James Ellison. Into the lead goes Chaz Davis at turn 1. Oh, yes, he does. He holds on to it nicely.
I've got to say, though, that Cal
And look at that, Gino Ria's gone through with him.
Yeah.
Big mistake by Ellison there.
Well, not a big mistake. I mean, let's face it, he's not used to racing at the sharp end. And look, here comes his teammate now. Oh, sorry, Fabian Ferrari looking for a way past. And he got a little bit much. There goes Fabian
He is
Ferrari.
being duffed up severely here. He will not like that, the Englishman. And Forey apologises. No time for that, son.
Yeah, but Ellison's back past. Whoa.
No, he's not.
Here he goes.
This is definitely a chance now for James Ellison on the Honda.
No, it's difficult because that's where the Yamaha's at its best. There and down the start-finish straight.
But this is where he's good too. Coming into this corner, he gets tucked up right here. You watch him turn tight now. Tighter than the Yamaha. There you go. You see it just slightly inside him.
Well, Chaz Davis didn't leave any room there.
No. But look how close he is, and Ria's there as well. Here we go. Ellison pops out to look up the inside. Surely this is the move.
No.
Just can't break later than Davis.
Well, as soon as he pulls out of the slipstream, he's just got 2 or 3 or 4 less horsepower than the Yamaha. So it's, you know, he's going to have to try and find somewhere else or hope that Davies makes a mistake.
And the Czech team manager of Gino Ria is looking as nervous as I've seen him all season. Well, he might be. But look how quickly... Oh, no! Gino hits the asphalt hard, and that was hard on his ankle. He's not showing any signs of pain yet, but that was nasty.
What happened then? There's smoke coming out of the bike. I'm not so sure that wasn't a mechanical failure.
Final lap, World Supersport Racing at its finest, flat out through the right-hander and up the hill for the last time.
Oh.
Well, he's trying, is Ellison, everything in the book, and he's got one more chance. Here it is, up the inside here. This is where we predicted. No, can't do it.
Chaz's head will be scraping the arm coat.
He is, quite literally. Okay, what a race finish. Chaz Davis proves why he's championship leader by taking victory over James Ellison, who really has reignited his season with a brilliant run to second place. But that was vintage Chaz. Lowe's takes third place for the Park Algarve team. And yes, the 2 Brits, thumbs up, great sportsmanship, great racing, and that is Supersport at its best.
I did try and make myself as wide as possible. It was I could hear James there. I put my head down mid-race after getting bumped a little bit in the first corner. Put my head down and I thought I could maybe break away a little bit, and I set a couple of good laps, and then it was just sort of running into a few grip issues, and just tried to keep my head down, tried to lead the race every lap, and I didn't know who it was behind, and I was pretty happy to see James there. So congratulations to him on his first podium, and I'd like to say thank you to all my team for the hard work this weekend, and I'd like to dedicate this to my friend Claire Barlow, who lost her life a few weeks ago. So.
Another brilliant win by Chaz Davis means he now has one hand on the World Championship trophy. It was another immaculate performance by the Brit under enormous pressure from fellow Brit James Ellison with his first podium in Supersport. Well done also to round out the all-Brit podium, Sam Lowe's riding with an injury to take third. In the Superstock 1000 series, there's a brilliant five-way battle for the title brewing, led by Italian David Giuliano on a Ducati, who again took pole position here at the Nurburgring. Despite a poor start, Giuliano had soon caught the Frenchman and passed him on the main straight to take the lead, as the pair of them had then pulled away from the chasing pack. And it was here where the drama shifted, as the rest of the race was about the battle for third. Petrucci soon caught Barrier on the second Ducati and moved his way into second, only to have a mechanical failure which would stop him in his tracks and leave Barrier in a comfortable second, leaving three Italians, Canepa, Zanetti and Baroni, scrapping over third position. As they came to the checkered flag, championship leader David Giuliano had built a 5-second lead and cruised to victory, his fourth of the year. They head next to Imola, which once again should be another battle royal between Ducati and BMW. Well, what a weekend once again at the Nürburgring. The Ringmeister, Carlos Checa, his first win at this track. The Rainmeister, Tom Sykes, taking his first victory in his Superbike career in a drama-packed race too. Chaz Davis marches on towards the championship in Supersport, as does David Giuliano, who increases his lead in Superstock. 3 rounds to go now, as it's next on to Imola in Italy for round 11. That race at the end of September. Till then, from me, Jonathan Green, goodbye for now.